Hey team, happy Monday night. It is another Monday. It's a little chilly here in Nashville tonight. I just got back from one of my daughter's soccer games and it was supposed to be like 65 and it dropped like 20 degrees. And I know that that's probably not chilly for half of the world that's listening to this, but when your body's not used to it, it's a little cold. So I was bundled in like 3 layers tonight and we had a good game. We won 9-0. So we're moving on in their playoffs. So we're super excited at the Oates house tonight. But we're going to take the next few minutes and we're going to talk about some of the amazing resources and tools that we have. And Doterra has done an incredible job, and leaders in the field and just so many awesome Doterra leaders. One of the things that really, you probably heard us say it, but really attracted Nathan and I to Doterra was the incredible resources that the field leaders have put together, that the company kind of piggybacks on what the field creates, and then they turn them into awesome things and make them available for all of us. And so we built an entire team training system around these tools. And again, why reinvent the wheel? But we've put this together into our team training system, the Elev8 Your Results training program. And it's not just for our team, it's beyond our team as well. But really utilizing it within our own Elev8 community has been amazing. It's really been freeing up time. It's helping people duplicate their businesses in a way that team members are speaking the same language. They all have kind of the same training that they're going through. And so one of the things that I really want to focus on tonight, and really for the next couple weeks, is making sure that you know how to use the tools. And so if you are brand new to Doterra, then this is perfect for you because you're jumping in and you're really jumping in at the perfect time. This is the perfect time in Doterra. I don't know when you'll be watching this video, if you watch this in post, but right now we're in October, and according to our Doterra calendar and the seasons and the ebb and flow of how our business is, these are unbelievable months. And some people in their businesses, holidays and Christmas time might be a horrible time of year, but for us, it's amazing. Doterra just does so many cool things. Coming out of convention, we have brand new products that I have just been elated over. I'm already thinking of Christmas presents. I've already been stocking up, and as a whole, our whole company does that. And then just there's some exciting things I won't spoil for you coming down the pipe for November and December as well. So one of the best times of year to be starting your business, be a part of this company. It is so, so exciting. And so we want to make sure that you feel fully equipped and know what to do with the tools and the resources that you have, because one of the cool things that happens over the holidays is you're in front of people maybe you haven't seen for a year. You're going to parties, you're doing family vacations and family reunions, and a lot of times it puts us in a position where we're around people that we haven't seen, and so we want to be equipped, but sometimes we just don't know what to say. And I want to make sure that you know that these tools and these resources are there to help you. One of those first tools, we're not talking about this one tonight, but is our class guide. And if you have not taught a class yet, you are missing out. Some of you I know maybe teach online and you do some other things. I highly recommend grab a couple people. If you are only doing online, or if you've just been a little intimidated and you have not tried a class yet, teach a class. You do not have to be perfect at this to just do it. The oils do most of the hard work for you. They do the heavy lifting. You just get them on people and you just use the basics. Don't feel like you have to pull out a diamond kit to impress people with your oil knowledge. The best way to teach a class is with your 10 basic oils, the oils that somebody might get started with in their family essentials or their home essentials kit, those 2 basic starter kits. Those are really foundational to our basic 101 class. And so this time of year is awesome. Gather people. If there's already naturally parties going on or events, find ways that you can piggyback off those. There's also make and take parties where people are looking to make Christmas presents for people, and people love to do that and gather around fun food. You can make oil recipes and oil foods, and there's so many awesome ideas that you can find out there that we'll also be talking about within our team community and that other people in our team are already doing. So just throw something out if you need some support in that. But there's so many ideas, but I highly encourage you to utilize that tool this month. If you have not already, put a couple classes on the books, and don't feel like it has to be 10 people. 2 to 3 people is awesome. 4 to 5, 6 people is awesome. And from a class of about 5 to 8 people, you can anticipate about a 500 PV return. So if you've got specific goals this month, if you're going for elite or you're trying to go for premier or stabilize executive or whatever that is, that will give you a good idea of maybe how many classes you'd want to put on the the calendar. So that is one of the tools that we have. We have training around that, but the specific tool that I want to introduce you to, again, you may already be familiar with it, but it's so good to brush up too if you've gotten away from using the tools. Before I introduce you, well, I'll go ahead and tell you, we're gonna talk about the Live Guide tonight. And one thing that is so important about these tools is, you're gonna hear us say this 1,000 times, but one thing that I think is so important to remember is that you're always training people from the moment you say hi. So what do I mean by that? Well, however somebody comes to Doterra and is introduced to Doterra, that's all they know of Doterra. So if they're sitting there thinking, they're watching what you're doing and they're going, oh, that looks so hard, I could never do this. You're sunk. So if you're feeling like I'm intimidated, I don't want to teach a class because I feel like I need to be a scientist, or I'm not a nurse, or I'm not a doctor, I don't have my nutrition degree, that's a good thing. Because oftentimes when we try to overcomplicate it, not that those people do by any means, but sometimes the more you know, the harder it is to keep it simple. And the simpler it is, actually what you're telling people that are participating and watching is, I could do this. It hits them and lands them in such a simple way that they too see themselves able to participate and be a part of it. And so that's how you get people actually backed into the business, if you will, or they jump in and they try the products and then they start envisioning themselves doing what they saw you doing. So it's really important that we do stick to the tools and use the tools. And even if you've done this 1,000 times, I highly recommend use the tool. I know that I could teach a class in my sleep. I know some of you could do the same thing. I could go through a wellness consult in my sleep. I'm sure you could too, but I always use the tool as my guide, whether that's one-on-one individually or whether that is digitally. If I'm doing it over the phone and I've emailed them a digital copy or texted them the PDF. And so real quick, we're gonna talk through a few, really just a summary. So tonight is not gonna be, we have a full training on tips and tricks and all these things. I want you to be able to walk away from this training knowing just a summary of how to use the Live Guide. What is the point of it? What is it for? So that when you have new wellness advocates join your team, you are in a very simple way, you can say, this is what you use the Live Guide for. So we're gonna break away for a second. I'm gonna tell you what that is and a summary, what we use the Live Guide for, and then I'll be right back.
When they say, yes, I want to learn more, I have purchased some oils, I've bought a kit, then we're going to use the Live Guide. This is when they become a customer. We're going to walk them through that. I'll show you a little bit more about that right here. So with that Live Guide, we use it for wellness consults. I mentioned that this is a great way to do part of the PIPE system. The support piece is for wellness consults. We're going to use the Live Guide. We're going to answer for them. How do I use my products? How do I reorder? And what support do I have available to me? Those are the things that we're going to answer for them in our wellness consults. And our wellness consult might look something like this. Yours might look a little different. We're always updating our resources, but the wellness consult is designed specifically to educate them on the use of their oils. So whatever kit that they purchase, we're going to educate them on that. We're going to equip them with a daily plan. What do I do with my oils morning, afternoon, and evening? What do I do? And then we're going to empower them with a 30, 60, 90-day wellness plan. We don't want them just buying a kit and that's it, and they never do anything with it. They just told us their top 3 health priorities. We want to make sure we plug them in to a 30, 60, and 90-day ongoing wellness plan. And that's our LRP, our Loyalty Rewards Program. We want to plug them into that, and that is what this Live Guide is designed to do.
Okay, hopefully you caught the summary there of what the point of the Live Guide is. Obviously, it says right on here, it's the lifestyle overview. We call it a wellness consultation or a wellness consult. You'll hear a few different names, but the whole point is to educate on what they have, equip on how to use their oils, and empower. So those are my 3 things that every time I set up a wellness consultation, I say my intention, my goal for you is to educate you on a little bit of the basics of oils, to equip you and to know how to use exactly what you already purchased for your top 3 health priorities, and to empower you and really how to take this to the next level and really create a lifestyle of health. We really want to help set up a 30, 60, and 90-day plan for you. That's my intro language. So a couple things really fast is just to make sure you're saying some of those things, because you're setting yourself up to even be able to have that loyalty rewards program conversation at the end. So I do have a tips and trick wellness consult training. I'll tell you some of the other trainings that we have available for you. But just really fast, make sure in this wellness consult, this book's huge, guys. You could really like spend, man, I think I could do a wellness consult for like 2 or 3 hours if I really wanted to. And I'm sure some of you have probably done that. I've done that. It's gotten away from me before. But the goal is, if you're cranking out enrollments, there's no way time-wise you have that kind of time. And remember, they're sitting there thinking, remember, you're training them from the moment that you say hi. So if your wellness consult for them takes 2 hours or 3 hours, they're thinking, gosh, I would love to do this business. That was so kind of her. I can't believe she invested that much time in me, but where in the world am I gonna find the kind of time to spend 2 hours or 3 hours with every single person that I ever enroll? Especially if they really are influential and a high enroller. They're gonna be going, man, that's like, I could enroll 20 people a month or 10 people right away at my first class. Like, wow, times 2 hours, that's 20 hours of just wellness consult. How am I gonna do that? So again, if they're a busy mom, they've got little ones at home, that might be an issue, or they have a part-time job. So remember, try to keep it concise, try to pack value in a short amount of time. And the way you do that is to start on this page, start on page 16, making sure that you go right here initially, set context for your meeting with having them repeat their top 3 health priorities. And I do this, I know Faith Hill does this, I know Becky does this, so many of you leaders probably do the same thing, where before you even enter into that wellness consult, have them text you or Facebook message you or email you their top 3 health priorities again and the kit that they purchased. That way you're coming in prepared. You already have looked it up in your Essential Life book. You've already looked up what are their 3 health priorities, what kit did they purchase, so I already know what oils to tell them to use for those things. You're gonna do a quick overview of those oils with them to make sure they know what to do, where to use them. Remember, we teach FEW, F-E-W, feet, ears, wrist, for application things, and then just the 3 basic ways of using oils that they probably heard at a class. For any reason, if they did not come to a class and you're doing a wellness consult, you might want to just teach them the quick 3 ways to use the oils, where it's aromatic, where it's topical, and internal. Then you're going to create their wellness plan, their morning, afternoon, evening plan. Doterra has really, again, given us this cheat sheet right here, these little check boxes that says daily wellness habits, and it just makes it super simple. And if this is all you did, this is what I'm saying, like, use the tools because it's all right here. You don't have to be a brainiac to be able to just read these off to say, okay, in the morning, let's look at what you have in your kit. And these are some things that we should be using. Afternoon this and evening this. And then you'll be looking at the kit that they actually purchased to see which ones of these apply, have them check it. And then you're gonna build out we call it a 30, 60, 90-day wellness plan. Because somebody doesn't want to just buy a kit, right? If they've told you they've got 3 health priorities, you don't want them just buying a kit and it just being a one-hit wonder kind of thing. We want you thinking, we want that new person really thinking a lifestyle of health, and it takes time to build that. There is so much in this wellness consult that you get to do with customizing their wellness plan. Again, I'm not going to go through all of this right now because we do have a very thorough video on this in our training program. But the main point is to make sure that you're doing these. The one thing I will tell you and tip will give you is to make sure that after somebody gets started with a kit, that night or on the spot or directly after, make sure you are scheduling an appointment for their wellness consult. A lot of times there's a lot happening in classes and there's a lot going on. I know that Faith does something really cool. She puts sticky notes inside of her class guides right on the application, and those sticky notes will even say, like, don't forget to book your free wellness consultation with me, or different things. And I know she's had different things on there. I hope I'm getting the exact words right of what she's putting on her sticky notes. But a way that it's triggering that person as they're enrolling to come talk to you, to go, oh, I'm supposed to book a wellness consult with you, so that you're leaving right away. And if you go into your class even knowing, this is a really powerful thing for you as an entrepreneur running your business. Know your times. When are you available? And I know if you have little kids, it's so tricky sometimes, and it feels like, gosh, I never know when I'm available. I have these times and then I don't have these times because they wake up from their naps. But try to dial in when you think you might have a 30-minute window. That way you can go into your class already knowing, okay, I've got these 3 or 4 spots this week that I could do wellness consults, so that when people get set up, I'm right away booking those with them. Because what starts to happen is they leave and they get their kit and it comes and your life gets busy, their life gets busy, and it might slip through the cracks, and it might be 2, 3, 4 weeks before you ever get that on the books, especially with the holidays coming. So don't make this too hard. Make this easy for people, especially with the holidays. So if there's some things that you can do by sending them a few pre-videos to watch, making sure you give them a little bit of information before, anything you can do to really shorten that time over the holidays where they're getting tons of value from you. They walk away knowing they're a little educated, they're equipped, they know what to do with their oils. That's the key. But we want to help them be empowered to move forward and to get on the loyalty rewards program. So a couple of the tools, the other tools that we have for you around how to use this guide is in the Elevate Your Results training program underneath the support module. Module number 5, there's a lot of lessons under there, but one of the lessons is on customer support. And we talk about wellness consults. Another way we support our customers is through continuing education. We have a free continuing education, an 8-part course that they can take. But we have a whole training for you in there, a lesson on how to do wellness consults. We walk through it with lots of tips and tricks, as well as we have a digital wellness consultation that Faith Hill has done to show you what it might look like if you have somebody that you just cannot nail down, their schedule's crazy busy. You don't want those people slipping through the cracks, like I said, for 3, 4 weeks at a time. That's the worst case scenario. We want them watching something, listening to something, so that they're using their oils. I've had several people at different times, and I've even done this. I've been guilty of this. Come back and be like, I feel overwhelmed, I'm confused, I don't know what to do. And oftentimes it's just been that they haven't had that wellness consult with their oils. They don't know what to do. So that's our job. So if your schedule gets crazy or their schedule gets crazy, we have a digital version for you that you can utilize with them. Send that to them, text it to them, and make sure that they watch that. So those are a few of the resources that you have available. This one is awesome. Use it this month and do what we call an organizational scrub. So your action step this week is to scrub through your organization. Look through everybody that you have personally enrolled, or if you have people that are sharers on your team, that maybe enrolled people that they're not really very active and they're not supporting their customers, and maybe you have that touch with them, you have some relationship with them. Look through your whole organization and start making notes. Who has had a wellness consult and who has not? And go ahead and start booking those now. Use the next time you have some business time this week, take an hour or 2 hours, create one text, send it out to everybody. Like, just go down the whole list and say, hey, I dropped the ball, I apologize, I totally want to get with you. However you want to phrase that, but just make it positive how excited you are to be able to support them in their journey. Make sure that they're educated on what to and equipped with what to do with their oils, and that you really want to help support them. Most people, and tell them, hey, I've got this free gift for you that I never, for whatever reason, life happened, I never delivered on it, and I want to make sure I give you that free gift. So use your time this week. Let us know how you do with that. Again, you could scrub through your whole organization. There might be 5 or 10 people. Imagine if you got 10 people this week. You did their wellness consults, 15, 20, 30-minute consults. You did those, and you just back to back, just find you a spot of time and do them back to back, or in the morning or the evening or afternoon. And you plugged through all those, and you did get people re-energized to use their products. You got people on LRPs. What would that do in your organization? So do the math, look at the numbers, scrub through your organization, and first and foremost, we want to make sure that we're serving our customers well and doing the right thing by them, making sure if they've invested and they've made that purchase, that we are supporting them. All right, guys, have a great night and an exciting week utilizing the Live Guide. I'm excited. I have re-energized myself. I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. I'm scrubbing through my organization starting tomorrow, making sure that every single person has had a wellness consult. If they have, I'm also going to be making sure I follow up and have that loyalty rewards conversation with them. All right, guys, have a great night.